I've spent a lot of years actually running as therapeutic coordinator of a treatment center for adolescents, and every single one of them was diagnosed with some version of hyperactivity, ADHD, conduct disorder, something wrong about them. And when I look back on those days as therapeutic coordinator, I never really sat with them and talked about them as wrong. I actually talked about the energy that they were being hyperactive or couldn't focus. And I would talk with them and ask them what they were aware of and what they were noticing in the moment. So this might be different for some of you hearing this in, this world today. But if you're listening to this, you may actually receive the information that you've always been waiting for. When I was hyperactive, I was that kid way before they had the term ADHD. I was the kid that was daydreaming in class and kicked out every day and put in the principal's office to take my tests. And they literally thought that there was something developmentally wrong with me. And all of that was a lie. I was actually just aware. And the teaching and the school and what was happening was actually really boring. That's what I know now. And so if you're dealing with these symptoms of hyperactivity and attention deficit disorder, or have a child who has been diagnosed with this, I would ask you to sit with your child and ask them when they're in those, maybe not in the state that you are seeing as a problem, but maybe afterward when things are a little calmer or another day, ask them what they're aware of. When they're being hyperactive, what they're aware of. When they can't focus, what would they actually like to focus on? What would actually bring more joy to them? Or if they have to do their homework, how could they do their homework with a bit more joy and pleasure and fun versus just getting the task done? I know that might seem a little otherworldly and a little frustrating, and it might take a little longer than you're used to. But what I found with myself and I found with the kids that I work with in the therapeutic coordinator setting, that when we made things a little bit more spacious, got the labels off, and actually made it a little bit more fun, whatever the task was, they did and completed the task with joy, with confidence, and with strength and empowerment in and of themselves. When you or a child, because it's not just children that are hyperactive or diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, when you or somebody that you care about, your child or something, is showing those behaviors, track back, rewind the scene and see what triggered it and set it off. Usually, it's something that the person is uncomfortable with. Usually, there's a conflict going on and that particular person is aware of it, but nobody's talking about it. Usually, somebody said something very demeaning or degrading and it's coming out off of that person's body. Usually, somebody that has been diagnosed with those sorts of things are actually a genius in disguise, and they are described as a problem when actually they're a possibility. Usually it's not how it shows up. It wasn't for me, and it may not be for you. So asking yourself the question, who does this belong to, puts you in choice and awareness to know that likely it's not yours.